Alright, hello peoples, hello friends, plant friends on the internets. I will figure out what day this is from the last video I did. But, it's been a while since I've had these. I'd say well over 100 days, because I think, it must be well over 100 days. I think, when I determined, I bought them at the end of February, early March rather. So anyway, it's been a good couple months. This big one over here is the one that was planted second. And this one is the one that was planted last. It had the big foliage. And then this one over here is the one that was planted first. And you still see the difference, even between the second one and the first one, where there wasn't so much a big difference in terms of planting time. Or even really water and attention, whatever. I don't know if this just has less soil or it's planted deeper. I really don't know what the deal is that this one is relatively so much shorter, but not like we care anyway. So this is the one that was huge, put out the big stalks first, and then this one followed. I went on vacation, and these are being watered like sporadically. That's fine, but even then, this one was the one that was moved to the bedroom. And this one and the other one were the ones that were kept in the kitchen where it was warmer for a longer time. So this one has had more fluctuation in temperature probably, and then also was kept at a cooler temperature longer. So anyway, it grew out first, and then it kind of like stagnated. Like the leaves didn't open like these have over here. The leaves did not get as huge as these at all. Well, some of them did, but they just didn't open. For the most part, they were just closed or like little wrapped like this, or just on the verge of opening and never really went full. But they were just there, still standing tall. I went on vacation, like I said, they were getting sporadic. I really don't know how I think temperature fluctuated a lot on vacation. I know it went to like the 90s one day, and I was back to like the 70s, 60s. So when I came back, those 3-4 stalks were still like meh. They were tall and firm still, but they still hadn't opened. And some of them were limping a bit. Over the next couple days, they limped some more. So what I decided to do, because I had a bunch of new growth growing anyway, was I decided to cut them back. And this is back in the kitchen now, and because it's cut back so much, and it can fit in the kitchen where it is. Let's see, because it fits in the kitchen where it is, I can just leave it there. Hopefully it'll grow like at the very least like this one. I appreciate this. This one's not so tall, but I feel this will probably get tall anyway. Even though none of these have any drainage holes really, I don't know what the big deal was with this, because this probably has like the biggest rock in it. It probably has, I don't know if you can see, the most air pockets in it, at least that I can see, that I figure. But I don't know if it was too much water. It looks like maybe too much water. But it's still growing fine. What the heck is it? Why is it so? It's really weird. It's like really firm up here. Okay, and we're gonna throw that out. See, I just pulled that out and already it came out. So I haven't been watering this. I guess because of the shape of the glass around it, maybe it's not. I assume there's not a lot of water escaping through transpiration or anything. Anyway, but it's still growing, which is wild for me, because I thought, I was probably overwatering it. No, it's still growing. It's still doing fine. This one, the pièce de résistance, a bunch of, and I assume it's probably the natural progression of the plant anyway. I don't know. This is my first time with Caladiums ever, indoors or out. It puts up a lot of shoots, and you can keep cutting back all the dead foliage, just keep putting out new shoots, and it's great, because it's generally always full looking. All the flowers that come up, I either cut them like right before they open, or maybe right after they open. And it's fine, because this one alone, I think each of them only has like probably like 3 bulbs or so. Each of them, I feel like this one alone probably had like 4 flowers alone, which is fine, because I just keep cutting it back. But this foliage is just great. The display is great, especially for the small little container it's in. I gotta cut these back, and it's just, it's just great. And it's huge. Again, like I said, I'm 5'10", so you know, here's my hand. It's about the size of my hand. Let me see from the top. My hands are actually, forget that. Anyway, but, you know, it's just beautiful. I didn't, again, I said many times that this was supposed to be a Caladium Caladium. I was expecting green and white, and it came this pink, and I think I forget if I think this is a fancy Kathleen. I think that's my suspicion that this is a fancy Kathleen. I don't know if that's the name they're sold under Van Zyverden, but I think that's probably the closest it is a fancy Kathleen. If anyone has a different name for this, please let me know. But this display is just beautiful. It's great to see in the bedroom. You see some of these over here to the side. So generally speaking, I'm always having to rearrange this, retie this up or whatever. But every now and then I have to cut them out because I'm not really sure why they just fall like this all over. Maybe it's just their time and they're just fine because they're dying. That's cool. Whatever. Kind of similar with this one too. This one was not. Ooh, this one was not. Let me see if I can see that one is. Well, it was splaying to the other side, but then I put it up, so I guess now it's splaying this way. I guess towards the light, like the rest of the plant is growing. That's fine. That's cool. Let's go over here. Anyway, so and this one, let me see how the soil is. It's wet. It's not, you know. Oh, is that? Man, I'm so excited to see if I can overwinter these because that would be just the greatest thing ever. Hopefully they're dividing big in these pots, and then as the temperatures get cold, I don't know how that works. If I would just let them dry out and then keep them, I don't know how that would work. I don't know if these are just going to keep growing in the apartment because they're not outdoors. So this would be an interesting experiment. But I think, you know, for the money I spent, I think it was $10 for the 8. I think I've gotten a lot of joy from these plants, from these bulbs, seeing them grow, learning about the plants' growing habits indoors. It's just been a lovely color, you know. This color is kind of wild and beautiful, and the you can't really see it right now, but the leaves are generally very translucent. Like, you can see through a lot of the leaves sometimes to the next one. I don't know, I think I have to water this one. And I left this on vacation. I think maybe my sister watered it once over, like, 2 weeks, essentially. And I wasn't too worried because I know the bottom of this had been super wet, and the roots were reaching to, like, half of the pot. So I wasn't super worried. And you see, here's another leaf coming up anyway. So but I do think I have to water it. It feels really dry. So that's what we're going to do now anyway. But, anyway, I'll leave the Instagram so you can see I take regular photos of, like, all my plants. And, yeah, sorry, that's the fan, if anything. And yeah, every day is plant care day. So, thanks for watching.